Hey everyone, Luke here, and yep, without further ado, we're finally getting caught up again, once again with Witch Watch. Finally getting caught up on the Witch Watch reviews. I know it's been a long time coming for this one, as well as the last one that I did earlier this week, but we're finally up here, ready for 236, Bone Crisis Part 5, which is coming on Sunday. But for now, let's focus on 235, Bone Crisis Part 4. So, we pick up from the ending of the last chapter where we had the mints that were going to be used to help out the group. Like, okay, Nico has these mints that are infused with her magic, so technically she can help out the group without it actually being a direct attack on her end. As Charmy brings it up to Keigo of like, we'll use this, we can use the spell in our mints, pulp fashion, and Keigo says like, sure, but doesn't that spell just change our clothing? We'll only get stuck with it. We only get stuck with it because we lost the rock paper scissors match. So yeah, they really did not have any idea of like, okay, we're gonna take this mint. We have no idea what spell it is, and then when you find out, like, oh, it's pulp fashion. How are we gonna use that to our advantage? But credit where credit is due. Charmy and Keigo actually do come up with a very creative way to actually use pulp fashion to actually trick Dory in this chapter, as they continue on and say Dory knows he saw someone, but he clearly doesn't know who, so they'll have to use it to disguise themselves as one of the warlocks, essentially like putting on the clothes of the warlock and becoming one of the warlocks to kind of fool Dory, so that he comes out of his like rampaging mode and trying to find out who it is that's actually in the room. And they continue on by saying our communicators have screenshots from the warlock's live stream. So the masked guy, he didn't show his face, so if one of us disguises ourselves as him, Dory probably won't know like who it actually is under there, and it'd probably be the best way to actually fool him. And yeah, this is a good plan, except there's one. It's one thing for putting on the clothes, but to actually imitate the person themselves, that's going to be a whole other can of worms. Also, I apologise if the angle in that previous segment was a bit off. Like, I've probably got it properly sorted out. So anyway, Keigo goes on and says that, oh yeah, that's all well and good, but the guy's built like a pro wrestler. Like, I think Dory's gonna see right through it, like, okay, this is not the same guy as before. There's no way we can pull off a size of that. And this is where Slump comes into the picture. So Slump's the one that's like built similar enough to Maverick that it will be easy enough for them to actually fool Dory. And yeah, even Keigo's like, oh, okay, yeah, I've got you now, I've got you. So as Slump takes the mint and swallows it, they see him transform into Maverick, and for some reason it seems like a little bit blurry, a little bit off coloured here, as Charmy says like, you're literally pixelated. I can actually count the pixels on you. Like, why is this so bad? As Keigo concludes like, looks like the spell used the tiny screenshot and just scaled it all the way down. So like, they've literally taken the screenshot from the live stream, the mint, and just been like, okay, that's how it's going to be. So like, squeezing it all the way down so that it becomes like too pixelated for them to even make out. But it's the best option that they have right now, and really the only way that they can actually fool Dory to get out of this situation. As Keigo says, well, I guess if you step back far enough, it should look semi decent. So you're just gonna have to keep your distance for Dory to even actually be somewhat fooled. And as Slump goes out to meet Dory, they're like, okay, we've not got to let him see him from behind, because even though he's put on like the disguise of it, from behind Dory will be able to tell right easily like, oh no, this is clearly not Maverick, this is clearly a trick, as Dory instantly just takes away his primal rage monster form and just goes back to being his normal self here, as he addresses Slump as Maverick, wondering what he's actually doing here. As Slump as Maverick says, I was feeling a touch peckish, so I thought I might grab a snack, and they're dead, and we have Charmy and Keigo wondering like, wait, is that even how Maverick even actually talks? For someone someone like Maverick, a big muscular guy, to talk, probably talking like the soft-spoken voice when it comes to Slump, this is probably giving them the idea of like, oh, wait a minute, this guy, he's not even talking the way this, like, obvious big buff guy would actually talk. And even Dory picks up on it. Like, yeah, did you always talk like this? Like, you seem a bit off today. And we see either Keigo or Tommy getting angry. Like, see, I told you, this is not how the guy actually talks. And Slump, as Maverick goes on to say, I don't know, no one's ever understood me, not even myself. I ask myself, who am I? And no answer but the wind. The more I ask myself, the less I know. And now, here I stand, desperately trying to find my true self. And yeah, this has got to be like the most cliche, weird, kind of like, I don't even understand, like, that's the best Slump could actually come up with. And yeah, Dory is just there like, oh, I see, I never knew that. It actually works. Like, the really cliched thing for Slump to say as Maverick was the one that actually worked against Dory. Before Dory continues on and says, why are you standing all the way over there? Come here and talk. And yeah, here, and Maverick and Slump as Maverick continues to like be kind of like weirding Dory out or weirding himself out, like, oh no, this spot is the only place I belong. Like, I truly want to belong here. And Dory's probably thinking like, oh, okay, this is like Maverick just being himself, being like, I don't know myself, I really can't understand myself at times. So this is just Maverick being Maverick in Dory's eyes, not even realizing that this is not the real Maverick he's actually talking to. So as Slump, as Maverick continues to babble on about like how he's like, oh, this is the one place I belong, I don't want to move off the spot, Dory goes along with it, probably showcasing how he's either gullible or Dory knows that something is truly going on and this is not Maverick he's talking to. Like, it could be the case that Dory has instantly picks up on this and he's just playing along with it, before he goes on to say like, well, I'll leave you to it then. And as Keigo and Tommy get excited, like, okay, great, this is great, this plan is going perfectly well, we're getting rid of Dory, before Slump says to Dory to wait. And yeah, as they're getting really excited and they hear that, they're like, what the hell are you doing, Slump? Like, just don't stop him! Like, don't stop him here! Before Slump brings up to Dory, like, oh, do you have your soul box on you? And this is where Charm is like, oh right, yeah, he's gonna ask like Dory where he's actually keeping it on his body. Probably going to say something as we move back into this section, either next week or the week after, because this is the final bit. I believe this is the final bit that we see them in the. Yeah, this is the final bit that we see. Charmy and Keigo and Dory and Slump in this chapter. So I think like this is when we cut back to Slump as Maverick is going to be like, oh, okay, no, I know where I'll show you where I keep my soul box and my body, so will you just show me not more? And Keigo was just swaying profusely like, oh, that's right, we were so caught up in actually trying to escape from Dory at this point, we almost forgot our mission, so keep it up and get that intel out of him. So whether or not Slump is going to get the intel out of him, or if Dory's going to pick up on like, yeah, something is not quite right here, like, why would we just randomly tell everyone like, hey, this is where the soul box is on our bodies? So I feel like Dory is going to get a vague idea of like, okay, what is going on here? Before we cut over to the bar where we have the real Maverick and Agro and Khan and Momo just still in the same positions as they were last week with their spell, where they're gonna basically use the invisibility cloak to try and disguise themselves and actually get where Maverick's soul box is on his body. So they continue on and say he's been crouched right next to the enemy and reacted this whole time. I had no idea this mission would be so tough. This is like Momo going through like the inner monologue of just how insanely difficult this mission is. As Khan says, "Damn it, too far." No, this is still Momo saying this. Like, damn it, too far. He's 4 centimeters closer. I think that means 4 point. No. I believe this is Khan saying this. Like determining the trajectory of where he is between himself and Maverick before we hear him saying like before we hear Maverick saying, oh, holy crap, I see you. And this is where, like, Khan is just there, like, oh my god, has he actually seen us? Has he actually seen us? Or he's just trolling him again. And of course, he's trolling him again. Like, I totally see what you're doing there, Aggro. You're a cool, witty dude, bro. Like, basically starting him out by giving these vague, like, double meanings to words that's just, like, itching for them to be like, okay, this is something somehow going to fail at some point. So as Aggro and Maverick continue their conversation, Khan says, no, can't think about that now. Can't think about like why Maverick is sounding so much like an American. I've got to concentrate on my mission. Mobility has a time limit. I've got to get this done. All right, so this time's for real. As he detects where the soul box is on his body, and he's like, okay, there it is on Maverick's body. It's the top pocket on the close side. As we see him trying his best to actually go and get it, but it's like, okay, I can't cheer because otherwise I'm going to be detected. That's too close. So this is time for me to use the Tango's cloak to give me 7 seconds of complete invincibility. So we have it where it's probably the most intense 7 seconds of anyone's lives, because he's going up to a big muscular guy that could probably kill him if he pissed him off the wrong way or if he tried to steal his crap. And yeah, at this point, Khan is just there like, okay, got to get to it as the time's running out here. And yeah, they get it. They're the first ones to complete the mission. Like, well done, Khan. Well done, Momo. Got into there without really any problems. I mean, you had some obstacles on the way, but first one to actually get their box. Although, yeah, we're not going to have flawless victories. I'm saying it right now, and I'm going to keep on saying we're not going to have flawless victories all around, given the fact it's Bone Crisis. We've got to keep that in mind, that this arc is called Bone Crisis. But for now, they've successfully done it. They've gotten one of the bones, and yeah, Maverick didn't even spot them, so they've got to dissolve it right now before it's too late. But of course, they have one other problem, that they got the bone, like that went off mostly without a hitch, but the problem is they can't dissolve it in the water because it's empty. The canister that they have it, that they were supposed to have the water in to dissolve the bone, yeah, they can't do it because it's empty. So great. They got out of the frying pan. They got out of the frying pan into the fire, and out of the fire. Now they don't have the water with them. So so they say there's no she'll send water in it. And they're like, what the heck is going on? And this where Khan's like, oh yeah, before we even came out of here, I forgot to fill it up. And Mo was just like, are you kidding me? Like, we had one mission, we were like 99% done with the mission, and that 1% that you failed to get. Like, how on earth can you be so much of an idiot, Khan? But yeah, they continue on and say, like, what were you thinking? And Khan's there like, I'm sorry, but it's not that bad. The other teams have full thermals. We'll use one of them as he contacts all the teams. So we still have in the lounge, Morihito going after Shikimiya, and Shikimiya's not even turning around. Like, he obviously knows that Morihito is there. Like, he's just acting so calm, so casual that he doesn't even need to look to know that Morihito's there, even though he's using movability. I get the feeling that's going to happen. So it's like So we have Morihito say like, oh, there's a message from Khan, but I can't afford to answer it right now. And even in the restaurant with Keigo and Charmy, oh no, we do see them again, but it's not for any meaningful thing. It's just to reiterate, like, Dory's still here, so still here. We can't. He'll notice us if we're not careful. So they should respond. Wait to respond until the alpha, so until they're away from Dory. Like, that's the only time that they can actually respond to anyone, which leaves it being Nemu, Miryu, and Ban's team back in the elevator hall on the 12th floor, where we have Miryu asking like, oh, what is wrong with you? We're currently by the stairwell near the casino. As long as you can get to us, you can use one of our phono stands. So yeah, that's basically the only option they have at this point, because all the other teams are busy with their own struggles on their own missions. So as Khan's like, oh, you're Miryu, you're a lifesaver, so we'll be on our way. And we've got to head up to the floor by the stairs, right? As Momo says, like, I sent Cheeky there. Once he's in a position, I'll teleport us both there. But Khan's just like, nah, you just teleport yourself. No need to use your energy moving me. So I'll just hop up onto the balcony outside, and this is where Mo was like, oh yeah, you're a Tengu, you can actually do that. So as we see Khan jumping up to the upper areas of the boat, which I'm gonna say this is a pretty sizable boat for this mission. So how long we're actually going to be in this arc, that's anyone's guess. We've been in this arc now for over a month at this point. Like, we're just going to let that sink in. It's been over a month since this arc started. So, well, time does fly when you're having fun. But as he makes his way to the top deck, the upper decks, he notices someone sitting here, just out of the blue. Someone else is here. Like, he doesn't even know who this person is. Seems to be a new character to us now. Initially, we've Party Jams thought that this was the author of the manga series that's in this series, but that can't be the case. Considering that, I don't know. Like, is she the? I mean, she could be, like, this could be another disguise. It could be, like, the manga artist in the series. Like, we just don't know. Like, this person just comes up out of nowhere, or it could be Dory's manager. And this is what they got from Maverick was not the true not the true bone that they got. Like, this person could have all the bone pieces on them. Like, there's a lot of variations that could come in, because why would they have just one civilian on this ship where it's only meant to be the witches and the warlocks on this ship? So for the most part, at least that's what I assume. Like, it's only the warlocks and the witches on the ship. But yeah, as she sees Khan, she's like, "Please, you have to help me." And this is where the chapter ends. So really short chapter. I mean, a lot of stuff happened in this chapter, but not a lot to actually go off. I mean, most of it was just like the tense moments of being like, okay, we've got to get the first bone piece from Maverick, and in order to do that, we've got to be like extremely careful, and they did it. So congratulations, first score to the Witches team, Morihito's team against the Warlocks. Now, with this person at the end of the chapter, what they want help with, that could be anyone's guess. Like, whether or not they are actually Dory's manager, who Dory stole magic from, or maybe like this is like Dory's like familiar and he's the actual warlock. Like, there's just so many ways that this whole angle could go with this person, like whether or not they are related to Dory, like the manager, producer, or whatever, or whether or not it's the other way around, and Dory's the familiar to this like warlock person that we're seeing right now. It's just anyone's guess of what could actually go on here. But yeah, short chapter, but really great victory for the good guys in this case. Now, question is, like, where do we go from here? Like, obviously we're going to find out more about this person in the next chapter, and maybe at the end we'll feel like who they actually are, what the relationship is to the other warlocks, and we'll probably get the start of a fight on our hands between Khan and Momo, and potentially this chick that shows up at the end of the chapter. But that's something we'll just have to wait and see. So anyway, guys, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.